From a power outage to maybe a bigger life crisis, when life does throw the unexpected your way, being prepared can make all the difference. And my next guest says it's a good idea to keep a just-in-case kit ready for whatever happens. Jessica Cardwell is a wife and mom with a passion for family preparedness. She's built a loyal online following by sharing smart tips to keep you and your loved ones ready for whatever comes your way. Basically, she's selling peace, and we're here for it. Jessica, welcome to Studio 5. Great to meet you through the screen.
Thank you. You too, Brooke.
I like the rebrand there. It's not an emergency kit. It's a just-in-case kit. You got me.
Yeah.
You got me. Well, you spent the last few years finding creative ways to work on preparedness within a small budget, and it's really become important to you. Why is that?
So we live in Massachusetts. We moved across the country when I was 7 months pregnant with our first son, and that was a huge life change for my husband and I. And so when we moved, it was away from all our friends and family. And obviously becoming a parent for the first time is already a big change to realize you are responsible for this little human. And especially moving away from our support system, I realized that I really needed to up my game and make sure that we would be ready if there was, we were coming off the heels of COVID. So all of that, was still top of mind. So I just wanted to be more prepared.
I love it. You literally felt like you were on your own little island, and it's that question, what do I need to bring with me? Let me ask you this, though. How do you take the overwhelm out of a topic or a task, a responsibility like emergency preparedness?
Yeah, I think one of the things that trips a lot of people up, and I'll admit it got me at the beginning too, was feeling like we had to go from, 0 to 60 immediately. Like we need to go out and get a year's worth of food storage, and we need to get all of this expensive emergency gear and like a bunker in the woods kind of thing. And one, that's not a reality for the majority of us. And so it just leaves you feeling more overwhelmed when you are trying to do so much all at once. So that's why I like to, and like I said, I've tried to do this with myself too. I've learned this over the last few years through a lot of trial and error. Working on just one small step at a time, doing what you can, and then moving on once you have that first step mastered.
Once you've checked that box, I appreciate that philosophy. I do. You say there are two big things to start with. First is having an everyday bag, and the second is having a car kit. Would you call those two things good foundations? I don't want to minimize, right, the massive undertaking that emergency preparedness can be. But are those two things, do those cover a lot of ground?
I think so. The everyday bag, so this is mine right here. I'm, a mom, I have young toddlers. And so my everyday bag is my diaper bag. It goes with me everywhere. Obviously, I have the basics, diapers and wipes. But if you have your everyday bag with some things that you would need for any kind of situation, whether that's a big emergency or something like a diaper blowout, you are laying that foundation and getting yourself in that mindset of being prepared for whatever might happen.
There are a few extras, though. You've got a first aid kit in there, and you also recommend some daily medicines just to have on hand.
Yeah, so this is the little first aid kit that I always have with me in my diaper bag. And then I like to keep just some over-the-counter medications.
Okay.
And it's important to remember, too, with a first aid kit, if you are buying one that's pre-made, which obviously I have done myself, make sure that you're customizing what is in your kit. So this one came with a lot of great stuff, Band-Aids, gauze, that kind of thing. But then we live in a place where there are ticks. So I've added some tick removers to mine. I really like this cohesive bandage roll. So there's just some other extra things that I like to keep in mind. So you've
personalized it. I see a nausea bag on your list. What's that for? I mean, I know what that's for, but what's it for in this situation?
Yeah, so yes, obviously somebody gets sick. I really like these bags though, because they can be used for so many different things, any kind of fluid, a bathroom emergency. And what's really cool about these bags is that once you're done, you just take the top off, that little ring, and then you can pry it off and not have to worry about it anymore.
There you go.
Super convenient that way.
Could be those everyday diaper changes too, I'm just saying. All right, continuing down the list, snacks, not just for the kids, but for you too. How often are you rotating those out?
So I guess in our case, it's not so much rotating as it is replenishing.
Sure.
Basically on a daily basis, because we go through a lot of snacks. So we love these bars. I always have some of those in my diaper bag. In general, though, with any food that you're storing, whether that's in your everyday bag, your car kit, or just your home food storage,
Yeah.
you want to try to check and rotate those about every 6 months.
Okay, sunscreen, water, and electrolytes round out your list. About a minute left. Tell me what you put in your car kit. Anything there we might not think about that we should have on hand?
So one thing that really saved my family last fall was a car battery jump starter. And I think these should come standard with every car, but until they do, make sure that you have one of these. So everyone, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people have jumper cables that come in the auto safety kit. But the jump starter is so that if you are somewhere and there's not another car, if you're stranded on the road, the jump starter has the charge in it, and you can take care of it yourself without having to wait for somebody to come rescue you.
Gotcha. A few other things that jumped out to me: the instant ice packs in the car, an emergency hand crank weather radio, car escape tools. And your final tip, my dad would be so proud of you, always keep the gas tank half full.
Yes. Yes, so important. If you are nearing half, then think of that as empty. That way you're always good and you don't have to worry about running on fumes anywhere and running out.
There's no panic, and that is kind of the name of your game. We appreciate it. Jessica, where can we get more from you?
So afamilyprepared.com is my website. I also have a free guide to building an emergency car kit if you want to check it out there. I'm also on Instagram at afamilyprepared.
Okay, we'll link you from our website. Great to chat. Thank you so much for the pep talk.
Thanks, Brooke. See ya.